Yeah, shalom again, everybody. You know what I mean? It's Officer Kayad one out of ISUPK once more. You know what I mean? All right, you don't know the usual phone thing, so that will start shortly, is it? But in the meanwhile, we're gonna play a little clippings of one little incident will take place where a mother actually catch somebody in the act. You know what I mean? Seeming like they were trying to abduct her daughter, you understand? And she spoke out. She came on social media and she talked about the thing. Alright, so while her daughter was being followed around by this person that you see on the right? Her daughter was in full communication with her mother, you understand, which is the lady you see right here, on the phone, telling her mother where she is and that somebody is on the bus, you know what I mean, trailing her. Actually trailed her from one JUTC bus. She came off that bus, went on another bus. She came off that bus and went on another bus. And the person trailed the little 10-year-old girl, you know what I mean? And 3 JUTC buses. You know what I mean? And her daughter was on the phone at the time speaking to her mother and telling her mother, you know what I mean, the situation and that this person, this grown man was on the bus trying to talk to her, asking her one bag of question about where she live and all them things there, you see it? So I go play the tape so you can, you know what I mean, you can see for yourself what go on, because here what go on now, see? That mother yeah, I have to give her props. Yeah man, I have to give her enough props, because here why? She school her daughter, you know what I mean, for how to conduct herself when a stranger approach her, you know what I mean? And she and her daughter have this understanding where whenever her daughter board a bus, you see what I say? Whenever her daughter go up on a bus, her daughter call her and make sure know say, yo, mommy, me dep on the bus. When her daughter come off of the bus, her daughter make sure know say, mommy, me just come off of the bus. Alright, me say that for say this. It is important that on the school and the children upon protocols, upon when them are travel upon the road by themselves. Because if her daughter never follow the instruction them where she give her prior to this thing happening, probably would hear from her daughter. You understand? Probably would hear from her daughter. So me I go play the tape, and in the next 20 minutes phone thing will come up. You know what I mean? As you can see on the bottom right hand corner is a 15-minute countdown clock. As soon as the 15-minute, hopefully remember the 15 minutes start, I go start the countdown and then phone thing will come on. But in the meanwhile, I go play this because this is a crucial, you know what I mean? This happen too much in our country. You understand? This happen ever so often where children go missing and nobody can find them. You understand? So this is just one of those incidents where it happened, where the mother was fortunate by the grace of God, you know what I mean, to catch the person in the act. You know what I mean? So, without no further ado, here we go.
Taxi to go home. My daughter called me because it is a norm for her when she gets on the bus for her to call me to say, Mommy, I am on the bus. She called me, but when she called me, she said, Mommy, I was on a bus.
Give the video a like and share, you know what I mean? Remember to blow up the chat, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
I was uncomfortable. I said, so where is this man? She said, he's still on the bus and she's off the bus in the transport center downstairs. So I said to her, is there any other bus? She said, yes. She was on a 72. She said a 75. So I said, take the 75. When she got on the bus, she called me back and said, Mommy, the man is on the 75 too. And I said, what do you mean him on the 75? She said, yes, him on the bus. And I said to her, I said, take the phone to a driver. I said, the first driver used to carry the phone, go get there and let me talk to them. She carried the phone and I spoke to one of the JUTC drivers and I explained to him what was happening, and he said to me that he would have taken her to one of the customer service reps. He took her to the rep stood there, she waited with her until another 75 come and she put her on the bus because I was on the phone with her the whole entire time. When she got on the 75, she hung up. She said she was on the bus, so she hung up and then she called me back. And she said, Mommy, the man is in the bus again. So this is the third bus that you go on and the man in the bus again and he's sitting behind me. That is what she said.
So it clear that this man is actually following the little girl around, because every bus where she come off her and go on, him go on too. And she go say something where, you know what I mean, it's a clear evidence that this man here try abduct the little girl. She go say it shortly, you know watch.
So right away, I say, no, this man really and truly follow my pitney from bus to bus. So I said to her, I am going to come and take you off the bus. Don't get off the bus until you see me. She called me because I'm working in Ligani. She called me and she said, Mommy, I'm at Devon House. She called me back, Mommy, I am at Bob Marley Museum. When she told me that she at Bob Marley Museum, I said, is the man still on the bus? She said, yes. When she got to Sovereign, the bus stop before Sovereign, she called me, she said, Mommy, where are you? Because the bus is at Sovereign. It's a Saturday, there's no traffic, so the bus would move fast. She said, Mommy, you're not going to make it, so pick me up at the bus stop that the big boys go. It's the JC boys, she called them the big boys. So I said to her, don't worry yourself, just do whatever you do, just don't come off the bus. Anyways, now, after she hung up, I called her back and I said to her, I said, do something. I said, ring the buzzer to come off at Ligani, but don't come off the bus and tell me what happened. She called me back and she said, Mommy, I ring the buzzer. When the bus got to Ligani, the man get up to come off the bus, and then when she sat down, him turned to the driver and said, driver, wrong stop. So I said, alright then. So this means that I fast really I follow my pitney. Alright. So me start drive down the bus now because me leave from where me was and I drive down the bus to try and catch up with the bus because the bus was ahead of me. So me I drive blazing pan the road, I try to catch up with the bus, but there was a little traffic ahead of me. So me have to do what me have to do. Boom some bad drive, put on my 4-way, blow, and try to get ahead to try and catch up with the bus. Me reach the JC, me look up, me see the bus, I go up the road. When the bus almost reached to the Hope Garden top bus stop, I realized I could catch up with the bus. I called her and I said to her, ring the buzzer. So when I see the indicator, the bus driver put on the indicator, I realized I'm going to stop. So when me drive, I'm park in front of the bus. Go in front of the bus, by the time the driver stop and open the door, my daughter sit the car and she come off of the bus. When she come off of the bus, I fan on the driver, I say, driver, hold on. I go on the bus and I call my daughter back and I say, who you say is following you? And she point out the man on the bus. Immediately as she point him out and she said, Mommy, that man over there. The man start ball out and I say, me not trouble her, me not touch her, me not trouble her, me not touch her. So I get ignorant and I go up in her face, I say, what you mean by you not touch her or you not trouble her? I say, you just tell me say you not trouble her, so I'm not asking a question. One lady know she stand up and she start to say, what happened? So I explain to the lady and I tell her what go and say I trail my pitney from 3 bus from bus to bus. And the lady, the same time, the lady says, true, you're talking a lady. Because I see him behind her, the little girl at the bus park, but me never know say something happened. She said she see the man, and she said she remember when the man there Ligani, him said to the driver, say, wrong stop. So you try to tell me, say, this man, if my pitney did come off a Ligani, when did I go to trail my pitney and draw away? Or rape her and kill her? So I turned to the driver, I said, driver, the man need to go to the police station because I need to get to the bottom of this today. Because him keep on him and deny it in him. I say lie shall tell upon him and him never trouble her and never touch her or whatever. So I turn to the driver and I say, driver, yeah, go to the police station. Him say, I go drive to the police station. I say, where is the nearest police station? Him say, Papi. I say, alright, I go drive behind because I not drive in front of him because I need to see who come off of the bus. When the bus reach, you take now and bend the little corner go around. When they bend the corner go around, there's a bus stop around there. So the bus stops, so me sat behind the bus. When I look, I say the man step off of the bus. Step off of the bus after the driver tell me say I go drive to the station now. Step off of the man, step off of the bus. So the only thing in my head right now is that, you know what? The brother you not get to, you know. So I run my car over and to the for slow him down because he not get to until me get to the bottom of where him the one with my pitney. Same time I look behind it and I see a police jeep. So I'm a fan on the police jeep and tell the policeman, say, listen, the man they were just step off of the bus. After 3 bus him a trail me pitney from, I come up here from after 3. And I saw the police them go around the bus and stop and I saw the police them hold on upon him. And as him see the police, him put up him and stop, but I said, I never trouble her. The police them not ask him nothing. But him a volunteer for say him not trouble her. So the police them hold on pan him and explain to the police them what happened. And them say no, him never trouble her and him a decent people pitney and him not trouble people and all kind of something. So the police them handcuff him and carry him to the station and put him in the jeep and say, Miss drive me anywhere I got the station. Got the station now. Them ask what happened. Me tell them what my daughter tell me. Them ask my daughter what happened and she tell them what happened. And in all of this, when them ask her what happened, and me I tell them and she I tell them, this man keep on saying, hey, she I tell upon him, and I never thought him said to her, and blah, 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 blah. This is a strange, a big man, and not supposed to have an argument with me picnic. Anyways, when the police them start asking him now, hear him say him ask her. Him say him ask her name, which she did say him ask her name. Say him ask her which school she go, she did say him ask her that. Him want to know where she live. Him want to know where she go school. Him want to know where if she alone a travel. Him want to know which part she a go. Him want to know where her mother name and him want to know which part her mother work. So you tell me now a complete stranger see my picnic on the road and just ask her them questions.
Remember to give the video a like, isn't me?
Me as a big
Yeah
fan,
man. And subscribe, you know what I mean? So and click the notification bell so when we go live, we get the notification, you see?
Him there and him keep on a deny it and I say him never touch her and whatever. She did say he did not physically touch her. So he did not put your hand on her like touch her in no way, shape or form, never touch her. So the police them ask him where him work. Him say him don't work, him not working. The police them say which part he used to work. And him tell him the name of the company. Me not call the company name. Him tell him the name of the company and him say them fire him. So the police them say, why them fire him? Say, because them tell lie upon him. So the police say, what is the lie that them tell upon you? Him keep on ignore it and go on the question. So the police say, what kind of lie them tell upon you? Why them fire you? Because them tell lie upon him. So the police say, yeah, but what was the lie? The man say, some sexual assault, something. Whatever it is, them say, something about sexual assault. I don't want to tell no lie upon him. So them fire him because somebody report him saying him sexually assault them. So what him did I plan to do with my 10-year-old the day? If she come off of the bus and him trailer and try to rape her and kill her. And to make matters worse, this man say him live with his mother. And him give the police the mother name and the mother number and the police him call the mother to make the mother know say him died at the station and know what the matter was and say she need to come at the station and this woman I go jump up and say I lie the little girl I tell. So let me ask you something. Where you know my daughter from that you know say she's a liar? Where you and your son know my pitney from for know say I lie my pitney I tell? You say mama like uno? You say mama like uno? You know what your son is, and it's not the first you hear say your son try something like that or do something like that. It's not the first. But I can tell you say what would God walk with you? What would you say if you did hear say, if God forbid, my pitney never did aware of what man call me, and she come off of the bus and him trailer and somebody catch him a rape or catch him a cut or throat or some shit like that. What you would have say? I lie them a tell upon him same way? The man a shake. When the police them a talk to him and a search him, the man start shake like a leaf. Because strength him have for pitney. Him a question her because him want to feel out her vulnerability. So him a question her and him sister she alone a travel. And him left from one bus to the next. When the police them ask him if him change bus, him say no. But when the police them ask him which bus she did upon, him could have tell them say she did upon a 72 first. Then she go upon a 77 and then she go upon a next, not 77, a 75. And then him could have said she go upon a next 75. What the fuck you know say she go upon 3 different buses? And how you know the number bus them if you never trail her? One thing me have to tell you, miss, you mother of the boy, I'm not calling him name, but I'm going to post the video and I'm going to put up his picture. So you mother of that boy, you mother of that dirty boy, let me tell you something. Give God thanks, say, my child is alright, yeah? Give God thanks that she alright and nothing to do her. Cause this could have gone a whole different way. Him say you send him go market and him a go trim. I see when the police them touch him, I see him with the money. No market money. More than some silver $150. So I go market and him have a bag, yes. He did have a bag. But if him a go market, what that have to do with my pitney? Why need to question my child? Why need to change bus? 3 bus. Why need to sit beside my child? Why need to sit directly behind my child? Parents, let me tell you now. Teach you to pitney them. Teach them to be aware of them surrounding. And that me do it for me one. Me push it, me lick it down in her head. Drill it in her head. Tell her so many times that it become a part of her. Anybody make you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape or form. Sound an alarm. Look for a female. Make sure you know. Scream out. Run. Take up the phone and call me. Something. Do something to make yourself, get yourself out of the situation if you feel uncomfortable. And anybody that chat to you, don't want them chat to you, tell them say you don't want them to talk to you because they're a stranger and you don't talk to strangers. That me tell my pitney. And that is why she was so alarmed. She was so aware, I should say. If you don't say this man is a stranger and this is a threat to her. Parents, teach you to pitney them and pray over them. Pray over them. When the taxi man tell me say he couldn't pick her up at the time that swimming was going to end today. Me pray hard. Hard, me pray. 2 taxi man me call. 2 taxi man me know close. They weren't available to pick her up at the time that swimming was over. They never available at that time. So I say, alright, we no walk one. And I pray for them. I pray before I left she and my colleague next 2 children. I pray before I left them. I pray on my way to work. I pray when me there at work and when the kids them call me and say, Mommy, swimming is over and we're going to walk down to up to half a tree now. I pray same way. Pray over on the pitney them. I go post the video with the so-called. What him say? Him a good people pitney and him don't trouble people. I'm going to post the video alongside this video. So you can see him. Because I'm pretty sure it's not the first time I do it. I'm sure I'm not the first time I do it. I'm sure it's not the first this man is doing it. Some other if you need to get him in a one facility, get him there. Get him there before him hurt somebody else's child. Or before him hurt another child, another adult, another whoever. You hear me I tell you? Me there and I come home and I can't sleep. Me just uneasy. Me just so uneasy. My ball today. Because this could have gone so differently. Me ball. Like me ball. Because of your son. Because of your son. Your son where him come from good parent. Good mother. Good people pitney. Him don't trouble people. This big dirty party at year old man. Big nasty party at year old man. I'm gonna post the video.
Yes, it's over. Yes.
When you come off a transport, I see behind her. No.
Alright, so there you have it, you see it, what wanna think? You know what I mean? Me know what me think, you know. You see man like them there, you know what I mean? Man like them there, if you get the maximum, you know what I mean? Me not even talk about jail time, you know what I mean? Cause if a little girl get catching a female, you know what I mean? No jail, no dead for him, you understand? Yeah, man, him yeah, them forget pluck out, you understand? Yeah, man, he made forget chop off on them thing, because here we go on. Them pussy, them a keep up so much damage in our community, you understand? And every day when you see the young lady them go missing, and some of the young boy them, you understand? Enough boy like this, you understand? Alright, me say that for say this. Me feel like enough of them young girl that we are go missing is part of a bigger thing. So when I say it is part of a bigger thing, Because how can so many young girls and boys be going missing every single day? You understand? Is human trafficking that take place, you know? You understand? If you dig deep into it, you know, remember me post a thing with you, you know, I tell you, say, yo, sex slave in a Kingston, you know, in a downtown there where we pass through almost every day, you know. Sex slave, you know. You understand? So if sex slave, they are in a Jamaica, what about the young girls them who are go missing? You know what I mean? Where them are go missing too? Who responsible? You understand? Because when me post the story about the sex slave thing, you know, the girls say, all police involved and nurse and nail tech and all them doctor, you know, to make sure so when them get beaten, them heal up back so them can go back to them work, you know, which is, you know, sexually orientated, you know. You see what me I say? So, me I say this is a part of a bigger thing we are going in our country. Oh, so much young girl are go missing. And some of them idiot, yeah, where you see a 3-around 10-year-old girl, some of them probably get paid. Some of them probably get paid for take with people pitney. And them a get good money for it, and sometimes them mama and them poopa in it too. You understand? Sometimes them family member them in it too. You know what I mean? I hold down some dirty secret for some boy where I go around and I take with people pitney. You understand? So, this is a big thing where Jamaicans need for even look on the higher up in a Jamaica, because me feel like them in it too. Because how can you not be able to find them young girl where I go missing? You tell me. Every day a girl go missing. Every day. And you can't find them. You can't find a portion of them. Because, don't get me wrong, some of them get recovered. But enough of them you can't find. Where them gone? Where them gone? I feel like them a ship out enough of them. Them a ship out a lot of them. The sex slave thing. You understand? You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going to jump over to the news. I know it's about to start. You see? But tell me what you think, you know, because, you see, this thing, yeah, we need community policing. And when I say policing, I don't mean the police. I mean the community need to start police them community. You understand? It's a thing where we have to go stand up now. And we can't afraid of people who we think can do with harm. Because, I tell you something, no man no better than a crowd. I mean, now say if you think blind and stupid and go hurt people without justice, you know. If you catch a man, more likely you can bring him to the police station. But if you catch him in the act, more than chop off him head more while still, you know. You know what I mean? But some boy I work for them own demise, man, is it? Yeah, man, some boy I work for them own demise. Anyway, you make me know. I go over to the news, you know, is it?
Good evening and welcome to Primetime News, on air and online at onespotmedia.com. I'm Herman Green.
And I'm Janella Precious. Also this evening...
Remember if you like the video and just, you know what I mean, leave a comment in the chat. Them think they promote the video, is it?
The break, the feedback
Our
question.
feedback question this evening. What are your views on a third telecoms provider entering the market?
You can share comments online, facebook.com/Television Jamaica, and tweet us at Television Jam.
Please stay with us. Primetime News returns right after this break.
News headlines brought to you by
Yeah, so remember, we are trying to build a platform. So, you know, just like, you know what I mean, comment, you know what I mean, you know, share the video. You understand? If you see me go, if you see me transition, if you see me transition over to our next scene, right? If you see me transition over to a different screen, I through the commercial, so we don't really want a commercial in the thing, you understand? Yeah, but the situation here, it never, because that boy here follow around the 10-year-old girl, is it? From one bus stop to the next bus stop and 3 different JUTC bus. You know what I mean? Them thing here get too much. Them people here have to come out. You see, them people here have to come out of society. You understand? And this, them thing here, you know, hey, me tell you something. You need to check out the ISUPK, you know, because we have the solution to them thing here, you know. A long time I tell you, you know. Check out the ISUPK, man, because we have the solution and we have the cause. We have what is the cause of the problem. Where you see this man here try abduct a 10-year-old. You understand? We know the root of the cause of this. What caused them something, and we have the solution to get out people like this and get to the source. Whoever do this, whoever behind this thing here where our young ladies, them and our young men, the little youth, them, if you get take away, we can solve that problem there, is it? Yeah, man. So that's why I want to check out ISUPK Jamaica and ISUPK overall. And go up on YouTube, you understand? Facebook, you know what I mean? We're on Instagram, we're everywhere. You know what I mean? We're going to hear about we in a short while, you know. So I better want to be a part of the thing from now, from the inception. You get to me, I say? Yeah, man, we have the solution. This is not a talking channel. This is a solution channel. But we just have put out some things to show what going on in our country. You understand? Amongst us. And predominantly them things are going amongst us. And it's like, you know what I mean? We don't have nothing for, we don't have nobody who can solve them something here. There's no solution to them mystery here, for some reason. You understand? Why? Why? I saw we just, you know what I mean, forgotten. I saw our picnic them just forgotten. No, man, it have to fix, man. And that's why we there, the ISUPK. We there have to fix them thing. You see it? Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, remember, if you just like the video, the more you like the video, the more people will reach. You know what I mean? If you not use up the chat and I go on feedback as well, you know what I mean? The algorithm pick up, say, yo, people interested in the video and then will share it. You know what I mean? We are trying to build a platform. And remember, this platform is not a platform where it's just gossip and mix up. You understand? Because a whole heap of gossip go on the internet right now. And if me did one, I could have log in on one of them gossip there and talk about them gossip there. But rather, we in the UPK, we rather talk about important things. You get me? We not talk about them like a mix up where go on between entertainer and them Obiaman and them. You know what I mean? We not talk about that. We are talk about things where really affect. You know what I mean? We as a people, with things we need for fix and rectify. And them things that we are talking about. You see it? And a IG channel, this a big people channel, this, you know what I mean? So that's why I want to subscribe and keep in tune. You understand? But the mother, yeah, boy, she dodge a bullet. Because if she never train her little young daughter, whenever she board a bus or come off a bus, she call her mother and tell her mother where she there. If she never do that, you know, she'd just see her daughter do come in from school today. Her daughter missing, her daughter can't find her, them find her daughter throat cut somewhere. Her daughter they on a boat or a plane gone somewhere she don't know. You understand? So, through the grace of the Most High, she get her daughter back. You know what I mean? And through the grace of the Most High, she able to can bring up her daughter the right way. You know what I mean? But you have niggas like them here, where don't know them ulterior motive. As I say, I feel like it's a part of a grand scheme because enough human trafficking take place. And I feel like enough of them boy get paid for take away people picnic. Watch this. You know, me there one bus stop with you. And I pray, me not really pray, you know. And me wait for a taxi. And a taxi man there, I'm go on frantic and him cuss. Like him cuss some other taxi man and some loader man. And him say, yo, me not have to do thing they work, you know. Alright, I jump to the store there. After this, you see it? I go to the news.
OnSpotMedia.com. 3 persons are dead while 2 others are injured following a shooting spree in the Effortville community in Clarendon Wednesday night. The details in this report.
Spent shell markers punctuate an otherwise empty street in Effortville in Clarendon. There are signs of the horror that unfolded around 9:45 Wednesday night. 3 armed men went on a shooting spree in the area. Their first victims were the occupants of a motor vehicle that was driving through the community at the time.
I have a female who is, we understand, is 6 months pregnant, and a male who is also suffering from gunshot wounds. We had children who were in that vehicle. Luckily, that man was able to drive away from the incident and was later assisted by the police in Maypen.
The children who were in the vehicle escaped injury, but the pregnant woman and the driver sustained gunshot wounds and are being treated at hospital. But the gunmen's rampage did not stop with the attack on the occupants of that car. They then attacked a woman at her home on Alexander Avenue.
Basically, the mother who was there with her children came out on the veranda not recognizing what was happening and just questioned what was happening. The next thing you know, she was shot. She later died.
Afterwards, the gunmen went to a premises on Donald Avenue and shot 2 men. Investigators say the men were confronted about a missing motorcycle.
Those persons were basically at their gate when the 3 men came up, robbed the persons there and asked about a bike. They were determined to find that bike.
The dead persons have been identified as 48-year-old Janet Mundle Reeves, 57-year-old taxi driver Michael Henry, otherwise called Shotty, and 52-year-old Everett Mitchell, a mason also known as Scooty. Operations Chief for the Clarendon Police, Superintendent Christopher Phillips, says early steps have been taken to prevent reprisals.
We just want to call on the residents at this time to tell us all that you know, because this one is of serious interest. We have great interest in what happened. Since night, we anticipate that this might cause further problem for us in the division. I managed to have a small meeting with the persons gathered in the community who are really, saddened by what happened. Tomorrow we'll revisit the community to have further meetings and engagements with the members of that community.
Now, our news center has subsequently learned that a 6th person was shot in the incident in Effortville, Clarendon last night. That person is also receiving medical care.
And the police investigation
Boy, Clarendon a boil up back, man.
Today at the Azan Supercenter in Crossroads, St. Andrew. The incident involved an employee and a licensed firearm holder who got into a brawl at the store.
I know he got shot in the groin area, and I'm not sure if he's in his hand or another part, but I know it was 2 shots that were fired because there are 2 spent shells on the crime scene as we speak.
Now, the employee was rushed to hospital by the police and is said to be in stable condition. The shooter is believed to be a member of the Jamaica Defense Force. Now, TVJ News has been informed that he reported to the police this afternoon.
Give the video a like, yeah? Give it a thumbs up so we can reach more people,
The
isn't it?
police in St. Anne say there's been an uptick in predial larceny cases heading into the Christmas season. They arrested 3 men who were found with animal carcasses this morning. Shamela Pullen has the details.
Police in St. Anne were alerted to this vehicle which contained stolen meat on Thursday. The vehicle was intercepted in Faith Spen around 6:30 this morning.
The vehicle was signaled to stop. The driver complied, and a search of the motor vehicle. 4 men were seen aboard, and the trunk of the motor vehicle. A search revealed frozen pig carcasses, a large quantity. The men were all upon that they were butchers, claimed that they were coming from Clarendon, and they were destined to a location in St. Anne.
The men were taken into custody and have been arrested on reasonable suspicion of predial larceny and breach of the Public Health Act. Deputy Superintendent Kevon Chambers from the St. Anne Police says during this time of the year, thieves tend to prey on farmers. DSP Chambers is calling on them to be vigilant.
Apart from us carrying out our usual routine patrols, we have also engaged the farmers. We have had farmers meetings to the farmers to be on high alert. So easy communication to us, the police, of any usual activities, so we can respond in an effective way to deter these criminals from carrying out their activities.
The SP Chambers is also warning persons to be careful when purchasing meat.
So they're registered, they're supermarkets, they're registered grocery stores that are responsible for selling these kind of meat. And you should go to make those purchases, and not to just go and purchase meats on just anywhere along the roadside. Ensure that you go to the people that prescribe for selling of these kind of items.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
To other news now, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz has disclosed that come January, Cabinet is expected to make a decision on the way forward for Petrojam. The government has been reviewing the recommendations outlined in the report into the company's operations. Anthony Lugg reports.
Where is the Petrojam report? A question many Jamaicans have been asking. Since 2018, the oil refinery has been plagued with issues. Following reports of corruption, nepotism, and project overruns, the government ordered a review. The report has been completed but is yet to be made public. Speaking at a press conference on Wednesday, Energy Minister Darrell Vaz noted that a decision is to be made by Cabinet next year.
Members of the press will recall that the government received a report from a review committee led by Mr. Christopher Zaka into the operations of Petrojam Limited. A commitment was made to conduct public consultations to garner the view of stakeholders. The ministry engaged Capri to carry out the consultations, which were delayed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The ministry received a report on the outcome of the consultations, which must now go to Cabinet for decision-making.
Mr. Vaz insists the matter will be treated as priority. That aside, there have also been changes to several boards for entities falling under the Energy Ministry.
For the Universal Service Fund, Mr. Justin Morin, Chairman, and Mr. Maurice Barnes, Deputy Chairman. For Petrojam Limited, Mr. Wayne Chen, Chair, and Mr. Mitrisiaga, Deputy Chair.
In the past, questions have been raised about how board appointments were made, but the Energy Minister is insisting that his appointments are based on probity and performance.
It has not missed me in any way that this ministry is the make it or break it for me, despite the fact that some may think that I'm not that smart. Absolutely. And I am very aware that the ministry that I have the honor to lead in the past has had some negative publicity. And therefore it is even more important that I stress the fact that the board appointments that I have made are based on probity.
Anthony Log, TVJ News.
Still to come this evening, no Negril Christmas. Business operators express hopelessness for holiday season. And the freedom earned. St. Thomas makes case for relaxed restrictions for Christmas. We'll be right back.
Mommy, I'm on the bus. She called me, but when she called me, she said,
yeah, anytime you see we go over to this, I choose the commercial, you see what I say? So, as soon as it start back, we'll go back over to you, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, man, no like and share the video, you know what I mean? So, the lady, her little daughter was being stalked by a little pedophile, you get me? Yeah, man, and she catch him red-handed in the act.
So I said, take the 75. When she got on the bus, she called me back and said, Mommy, the man is on the 75 too. And I said, what do you mean him on the 75? She said, yes, him on the bus. And I said to her, I said, take the phone to a driver. I said, the first driver used to carry the phone, go get there and let me talk to them. She carried the phone and I spoke to one of the JUTC drivers and I explained to him what was happening and he said to me that he would have taken her to one of the customer service reps. He took her to the rep stood there, she waited on her with her until another 75 come and she put her on the bus because I was on the phone with her the whole entire time. When she got on the 75,
we soon come back to that thing there, see it? I just a break, the commercial break, make we have to go over to this, you understand? So I want to just stay tuned.
Bus again, so this is the third bus that you go on and the man in the bus again and he's sitting behind me. That is what she said. So right away, I said, no, this man really and truly follow my pitney from bus to bus. So I said to her, I am going to come and take you off the bus. Don't get off the bus until you see me. She called me because I'm working in Ligani.
Commercial break.
I'm at Devon House. She called me back, Mommy, I am at Bob Marley Museum.
In the meanwhile, you just like the stream, you see it? Give it a like, give it a thumbs up.
When she
so we can reach some people, you see it?
The bus stop before Sovereign, she called me, she said, Mommy, where are you? Because the bus is at Sovereign. It's a Saturday, there's no traffic, so the bus will move fast. She said, Mommy, you're not going to make it, so pick me up at the bus stop that the big boys go. It's the JC boys, she called them the big boys. So I said to her, don't worry yourself, just do whatever you do, just don't come off the bus. Anyways, now, after she hung up, I called her back and I said to her, I said, do something. I said, ring the buzzer to come off at Ligani, but don't come off the bus and tell me what happened. She called me back and she said, Mommy, I ring the buzzer. When the bus got to Ligani, the man get up to come off the bus, and then when
Yo,
she
the mother
sat
is
down,
smart, you know.
him turned to the driver and said, Driver, wrong stop. So I said, alright then. So this means that I really follow my pitney. Alright. So me start drive down the bus now because me leave from where me was, and I drive down the bus to try and catch up with the bus because the bus was ahead of me. So me I drive blazing pan the road, I try to catch up with the bus, but there was a little traffic ahead of me. So me have to do what me have to do. Boom, some bad drive, put on my four-way, blow, and try to get ahead to try and catch up with the bus. Me reach the JC, me look up, me see the bus, I go up the road. When the bus almost reached to the Hope Garden top bus stop, I realized I could catch up with the bus. I called her and I said to her, ring the buzzer. So when I see the indicator, the bus driver put on the indicator, I realized I'm going to stop. So when me drive, I'm park in front of the bus. Go in front of the bus, by the time the driver stop and open the door, my daughter sit the car and she come off of the bus. When she come off of the bus, my fan on the driver, I say, driver, hold on. And I call my daughter back and I say, who you say is following you? And she point out the man on the bus. Immediately as she point him out and she said, Mommy, that man over there. The man start ball out and I say, me not trouble her, me not touch her, me not trouble her, me not touch her. So I get ignorant and I go up in her face, I say, what you mean by you not touch her or you not trouble her? I say, you just tell me say you not trouble her, so I'm not asking a question. One lady know she stand up and she start to say, what happened? So I explain to the lady and I tell her I go and say I trail my pitney from bus to bus. And the lady, the same time, the lady says, true, you're talking a lady, because I see him behind her, the little girl at the bus park, but me never know, say something happened.
Alright, back to the thing now, you see?
Would have opened just last week for the first time since March, say they feel hopeless. Giovanni Dennis has their story.
It's like blow after blow. State of emergency to COVID-19. Negril business interests knew this Christmas wouldn't be the same. But with the curfew beginning at 10 p.m., they were hopeful. But Westmoreland's COVID-19 positivity rate is now the highest on the island, so the government decided to move the curfew start to 7 p.m.
A lot of the members of the business community are not happy with the new curfew measures because it's going to affect business, especially the smaller businesses, the small restaurants and the small retail outlets and so that are, not inside hotels. They are gonna feel it a lot more than even the hotels will.
But Richard Wallace, president of the Negril Chamber of Commerce, is right. As a matter of fact, the small business operators told us they were already having it hard. Mervyn is a jerk chicken vendor.
Anytime we catch like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, that's where people is coming out to support us. You see, and when at this time we have to come out so early, you see, it must get upon which side no fight time because we survive at this time. Because I don't know we are go through this, we are go through this almost 4 years.
That's because before COVID-19, they were already being restricted by the state of emergency put in place to curb crime. But with this being his only source of income, Mervyn is worried. He doesn't think the government is looking out for small business operators like himself.
The poor is feeling it, and it's the poor put them in power that get them to collect that big check. So when they go in power now to stand up for the poor, there is no way for the poor, they don't care. How long you believe it $10,000 can hold some Jamaican people? From that the time until now. If we did that, when we have put in savings, he already done.
Devon, who operates a jerk center, says if the borders weren't opened in June, Jamaica would be in a better position.
In September, October is the slowest month of the year. We're not really going to get any tourists in that time, so I don't see the sense of opening in the off-season. All we was bringing in is Corona and then blaming the people. Is the government makes a rule, and they had the rule good up until June. They shouldn't change the rule yet.
But with the curfew hours being from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. till the end of the year, these business operators are eager to see what 2021 will bring. Giovanni Dennis, TVJ News.
We go to St. Thomas now, where residents and small business operators are making another appeal to the Prime Minister to reconsider the curfew times for the holiday season. Now, they feel the low COVID-19 case count in St. Thomas is good reason for the parish to get increased freedom. O'Shane Masters explains.
Christmas 2020 is still a few days away, but many residents of St. Thomas expect it to be the worst Christmas ever. The reasons for their pessimism include the closure of the parish's 3 most popular bathing rivers, as well as slow sales in the markets.
We have to follow the direction of the Prime Minister or the persons who are in authority in order to control this COVID. So yes, I understand, and yes, we are not happy, but it's always a but.
Some persons feel parishes should be dealt with on a case-by-case basis instead of a blanket curfew imposed over the festive season. They reason that St. Thomas deserves extra freedom, especially after their efforts in containing the COVID-19 outbreak in the parish months ago. The effort even got special praise from the health minister.
Yes, Mr. Andrea, I'm asking you to go with the grand market in St. Thomas. For St. Thomas now have no COVID. Please, we are looking for that.
For grand market, the time is really short. I believe the Prime Minister can give us at least till 1 o'clock, because the crowd of the day doesn't make a difference with the crowd of the night. You understand? We want to sell the food. That's how we make food where we live in.
But in case those appeals do not get a favorable response from the authorities, the residents are looking at the possible benefits of the partial lockdown come January.
I really feel that way, so we're not going to get the good time, but we still have to work with the system, because we have to take in consideration the coronavirus. And we don't want it to spread, because we want the people them can go to school January and all of them thing there. But guess what? Me feel say then should I give a little time I could go and sell out. That's when Grand Market come, we don't have no whole heap of load.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
279 people have now died from COVID-19 in Jamaica, as 3 deaths were confirmed yesterday. The deceased are a 48-year-old woman from Westmoreland, a 77-year-old man who lived in St. Anne, and a 73-year-old St. Mary man. The case count of the respiratory illness has also risen to 11,968. 61 new cases were recorded yesterday. Their ages range from 4 to 90 years.
Still to come, in business news, hotelier criticizes policymakers for lack of support for entrepreneurs. While on the international scene, major snowstorm hits northeastern U.S.
Alright, back to that thing, you know what I mean? So, as soon as the commercial done, we have go back over to the news. Yeah, man, so the woman really frustrated because if she never get the call from her daughter, say somebody a follow her, maybe her daughter would come home. You know what I mean? Right now, she have plan a funeral for her daughter, you see it? Yeah, boy, may I tell you. Alright, may I play some more of this?
By, you not touch her, you not trouble her. So you just tell me say you're not trouble, so I'm not asking a question. One lady know she stand up and she start to say, what happened? So I explain to the lady and I tell her what go and say I trail my pitney from 3 bus from bus to bus. And the lady, the same time, I hear the lady say, it's true you're talking a lady, because I see him behind her, the little girl at the bus park, but me never know say something happened. She said she see the man, and she said she remember when the man there legally, him said to the driver, say, wrong stop. So you try to tell me, say this man, if my pitney come off a legally, when did I go to trail my pitney and draw away, or rape her and kill her?
That him the plan
so
for do.
So I to the driver, I said, driver, the man you need to go to the police station because I need to get to the bottom of this today. Because him keep on him at deny it, and him I say lie shall tell upon him and him never trouble her and never touch her or whatever. So I turn to the driver and I say, driver, yeah, go to the police station. Him say, I go drive go to the police station. I say, where is the nearest police station? Him say, Papi. I say, alright, I go drive behind him because I not drive in front of him because I need to see who come off of the bus. When the bus reach, you take now and bend the little corner go around. When they bend the corner go around, there's a bus stop around there. So the bus stops, so me sat behind the bus. When I look, I see the man step off of the bus. step off of the bus after the driver tell me say I go drive to the station. Now step off of the bus. So the only thing in my head right now is that, you know what, the brother and I get to, you know, so I run my car over and to the for slow him down because he nah get to until me get to the bottom of where him the one with my pitney. Same time I look behind me and I see a police jeep. So I'm a fan on the police jeep and tell the policeman, say, listen, the man they will just step off of the bus. After 3 bus in him a trail my pitney from, I come up here from after 3. And I saw the police them go around the bus and stop, and I saw the police them hold on pan him. And as him see the police, him put up him hand and talk about, I said, I never trouble her. The police them not ask him nothing. But him a volunteer for say him not trouble her. So the police them hold on pan him and explain to the police them what happened. And him a say, no, him never trouble her. And him a decent people pitney. And him not trouble people and all kind of something. So the police them handcuff him and carry him to the station.
I know for them decent people pitney and take with people like a young daughter.
Got the station now. Them ask what happened. I tell them what my daughter tell me. Them ask my daughter what happened and she tell them what happened. And in all of this when them ask her what happened and me I tell them and she I tell them. This man keep on say, hey, she I tell upon him and I never thought him said to her and blah 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 blah. This is a strange, a big man and supposed to have an argument with me pitney. Anyways, when the police them start asking now, hear him say him ask her. Him say him ask her name, which she did say him ask her name. Same ask her which school she go. She did say him ask her that. Him want to know where she live. Him want to know where she go school. Him want to know where if she alone a travel. Him want to know which part she go. Him want to know where her mother and him want to know which part her mother work. So you tell me now a complete stranger see my pitney on the road and just ask her them question there. What would you do? Me as a big smarty see me on the road and ask me them question there. Me I go get alarmed. Me I go get alarmed too. Anyways, him there and him keep on deny it and I say him never touch her and whatever. She did say he did not physically touch her. So he did not put her hand on her like touch her in no way, shape or form. He never touch her. So the police them ask him where him work. Him say him don't work, him not working. The police them say which part he used to work. And him tell him the name of the company. Me not call the company name. Him tell him the name of the company and him say them fire him. So the police them say, why them fire him? Say because them tell lie upon him. So the police say, what is
alright, we'll go back over to the news and now, is it? Come back to that.
Reduction program.
So we can try to solve the regular maintenance issues by solving the way in which we manage our resources and become more fiscally efficient and place funds to maintain the system. But then there's a bigger problem of the illegal abstraction, of the citizens feeling that they should take the water because somebody else is going to pay for it. Water is life, we're going to die without it.
The Prime Minister says discussions about the payment of utility bills have been taking place for decades.
I have been very straightforward and upfront with my constituents and with the country about having a system in place where eventually everyone will have to make a contribution according to your means to these utilities. And if you are so assessed as not having means, then we must upfront consider that as part of our social safety net and welfare, but not to disguise it in the overall cost to every consumer. That just makes it inefficient.
This year has seen a drastic change in the way we do things. Talk of protecting ourselves superseded talks of protecting the environment. In this week's edition of The Best and the Bravest, we take a look at environmental wardens who, despite skepticism, still went out in communities recycling plastics.
The Best and the Bravest, highlighting the gems in everyday life. Brought to you by
Turmeric and ginger. Here's to a healthier together. Jamaica Mountain Peak put turmeric in the ginger. Your everyday immunity booster.
We might have forgotten about marine life and the environment during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this,
remember to give the video a like, you know what I mean, and share, you know what I mean. Leave a comment in our chat, anything we want to put an opinion upon, and can do it. You see, yeah, man, fire up the chat, man, you see me?
If I carry it home to my little niece, them, and my little nephew, them, but as long as you protect yourself and use the proper gears and use your sanitize and thing, I guess you're okay.
Well, I was scared at first because I was following it before it reached Jamaica.
And I've seen the damage and the danger and all the things, that the disaster.
At first, there was fear that COVID-19 would set back the project.
We thought that persons who had signed on to the project would not have wanted to continue. But luckily enough, that wasn't the case. Based on the constant interaction that we had with them, based on the protocols that we told them that we were going to put in place. So they were still willing to be a part of the project.
So why did they continue on their mission despite the risks?
It is always a fear, knowing that COVID ain't can expose to it. But you follow the guideline because you know that COVID is here to stay. We have to live with it. So basically we just follow the guideline, wear the gloves, although we still can with people, with proper sanitizing, and we just go on with the project.
Well, we're trying to get a better environment, really. But in the process, knowing that COVID is in play, we have to still protect ourselves and try still get a better environment and a better Jamaica.
Some of their families were doubtful, but they needed to find a way to survive at a time when job opportunities were few. Heading out in their protective gear, they were prepared to handle harmful waste. Although they've devised a system of containment and transfer of the plastics, Richard Campbell knows there is always a risk.
The plastic have a certain amount of hours we take on it. Me can't tell when it come off or when it go on. Right? Because you know say the enemy is unseen. So based on how that now, we just try to just protect ourselves from it. So we have less contact with the buckles.
And interacting with hundreds of residents daily exposes the wardens to the deadly virus.
We always have people not complying, not wearing any mask, not do that. But we still just try to encourage them and try to move our work as much as possible with them same way.
Some of them now wear the mask, some now will social distance. But we're there the same way to educate them on them things the same way.
For them, pandemic or not, the environment still needs to be protected.
The best and the bravest, highlighting the gems in everyday life. Brought to you by
Turmeric and ginger. Here's to a healthier together. Jamaica Mountain Peak put turmeric in the ginger. Your everyday immunity booster.
Time now for responses to our feedback question. We have been asking, what are your views on a third telecoms provider entering the market? Josh Carl says we need more competition for better rates. Yes, bring it on. Barbara Johnson says a third telecom provider will mean lower prices for consumers. Hip, hip, hooray. You can keep those comments coming. Facebook.com/Television Jamaica and tweet us at Television Jam. Again, we're asking what are your views on a third telecoms provider entering the market? The Business Day and news from overseas are after the break. Please stay with us.
All right, commercial again.
Prime time.
All right, so, you know what I mean? For those who are just joining us, you know what I mean? Every commercial break, we're going to jump over to this video where this man over here on the right has been stalking a little 10-year-old on 3 different JUTC buses. You understand? What are his intentions? You can only guess. But the mother is here to tell you how the whole ordeal went down. You understand? Because she caught him red-handed. You understand? Here we go.
Something. Whatever it is, them say. Something about sexual assault. I don't want to tell no lie on him. So them fire him because somebody report him saying him sexually assault him. So what did I plan to do with my 10-year-old the day? If she come off of the bus and him trailer and try to rape her and kill her. And for make matters worse, this man say him live with his mother. And him give the police the mother name and the mother number, and the police him call the mother to make the mother know say him died at the station and know what the matter was, and say she need to come at the station, and this woman I go jump up and say I like the little girl I tell. So let me ask you something, where you know my daughter from that you know say she's a liar? Where you and your son know my pitney from for know say I lie my pitney I tell? You say mama like uno? You say mama like uno? you know what your son is. And it's not the first you hear say your son try something like that or do something like that. It's not the first. But I can tell you say what would God walk with you? What would you say if you did hear say, if God forbid, my pitney never did aware of what man call me and she come off of the bus and him trailer and somebody catch him a rape or catch him a cut or throat or some shit like that. What you would have say? I lie them a tell upon him same way? The man a shake when the police them attack him and a search him. The man start shake like a leaf. Because strength him off for pitney.
Yeah, man, I give the video a like, you see me?
Question her because him want to feel out her vulnerability. So him a question her and him sister she alone a travel. And him left from one bus to the next. When the police them ask him if him change bus, him say no.
Support us with a thumbs up.
Which bus she did upon, him could have tell them say she did upon a 72 first.
Remember, go to isupk.com, you know what I mean? Check it out.
77 or 75. And then him could have said she go up on the next 75. What the fuck you know say she go up on 3 different buses? And you know the number bus them if you never a trailer. One thing me have to tell you, miss you mother. You mother of the boy, I'm not call him name, but I'm gonna post the video and I'm gonna put up his picture. So you mother of that boy. You mother of that dirty boy. Let me tell you something. Give God thanks say my child is alright, yeah? Give God thanks that she alright and nothing to do her. Cause this could have gone a
What would you do in a situation like this? Use up the chat, let me know.
Welcome to the Business Day. I'm Vashon Brown. Sandals Resorts Deputy Chairman Adam Stewart is criticizing policymakers for failing to adequately support Jamaican entrepreneurs in the tourism supply chain. He argues there should be more protection for local suppliers.
Supply chain side, I think Jamaica's policy needs to do a better job for inclusion of the Jamaican entrepreneurial class and for those who want to get in there. Meaning I actually believe that there are pieces of the industry that there should be barriers to entry for foreign investment because the capital is here in Jamaica, the entrepreneurial class is here in Jamaica, and I think if you don't ask of someone, then it is unlikely because it's inconvenient, right?
He says suppliers who are far removed from the local environment tend to be dispassionate towards the local economy and therefore more likely to make decisions which do not benefit local development.
And they have 100 hotels around the world. They're not so concerned for the farmer in Jamaica the way that, you know, my hotels use 96% of our produce is picked within, grown locally, picked within 24 hours, farm to the table. But it takes effort. And I think that we can bridge a huge gap. So that doesn't even get to COVID. That's just how things should be because, you know, it's 2019, 2020.
Consumer prices moved at a rate of 0.6% in November. That's according to the latest inflation data released by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin. The movement was mainly driven by higher agricultural prices resulting from adverse weather conditions. Higher electricity rates also supported the upward movement during the month. That brings the inflation rate to 4.3%, which is within the Bank of Jamaica's target range of between 4 to 6%. Currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for $144.01. The Canadian dollar sold for $113.66. The pound is going for $194.88, while the euro closed at $178.47. The JC index lost 370 points today, while the junior market index gained 25 points. Among the winners were stationery and office supplies, CNWJ Cooperative Credit Union Deferred Shares, Salada Foods, G West Corporation, and MPC Caribbean Clean Energy. On the losing side were JMMB Group 7.5%, Sterling Investments US dollar shares, JMMB Group 7.25%, CAC 2000 9.5%, and Mayberry Investments. And that's the Business Day. I'm Vashon Brown. Good evening.
Alright, back to the video now, you see it? For those who are just joining us, you know what I mean? Yeah, this mother caught this man red-handed, following our daughter around, trailing our daughter, you know what I mean? Followed her on 3 different JUTC buses. What are his intentions? What do you think? You know what I mean? The mother will tell you no fear side, I think. Obviously, the boy either try kidnap the little girl or do some kind of harm to her. You know what I mean? But hold on a second, we'll come back to this, you see it?
Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and New York, and affecting some 60 million people. We go to the CNN for details.
A dangerous nor'easter pounding the Northeast.
We have not seen snow like this since about 2016, so it is going to be dangerous, and your safety is our priority.
Some of Massachusetts could see up to 18 inches of snow, while parts of New York may see 16 inches by Thursday evening. In some areas, snow piled up as much as 2 inches an hour.
Please knock on the doors of your neighbors today and make sure they're going to be okay and they're shoveling, and if they're going to be prepared also.
At times, the storm could bring near blizzard conditions with wind gusts up to 65 miles per hour, potential flooding, possible power outages, and ice accumulation.
The roadways will be treacherous.
The near whiteout conditions caused crashes throughout the region, from this police cruiser in Massachusetts to this scary scene in Pennsylvania. Watch as an out-of-control truck slams into an emergency vehicle. First responders running out of the way just in time. Snowplows working around the clock to keep the roadways clear.
We can't afford to take time off, or pause plowing during a storm, because then, it'll get ahead of us.
But as the storm disrupts travel, governors are confident it will not significantly impact state response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Thank goodness for sunshine. The primetime news package continues with sports after this break.
Alright, welcome again to those just joining us, you understand? So, you know what I mean? Yeah, during the break, we are going to just cover that little story. Not a little story, it's a big story. I don't know if it touch the news yet still. You know what I mean? Hopefully it does. You understand? The brother, you know, he might follow around one 10-year-old girl, you understand? Which is the daughter of this lady on the left, you understand? However, she was fortunate enough to catch him red-handed, you know what I mean? As he was, you know what I mean, in the act. Because her daughter was giving her updates via telephone, you understand? And the situation. So just listen to the mother as she tell you what happened and what took place on that day, you understand?
$50. So I go market and he have a bag, yes? He did have a bag. But if he go market, what that have to do with my pitney? Why I need to question my child? Why I need to change bus? 3 bus.
Remember to like and subscribe, you understand? Click the notification bell, you know what I mean? And we are upload phone thing, you see it?
Parents, let me tell you now. Teach you to pitney them. Teach them to be aware of them surrounding. And that me do it for me one. Me push it, me lick it down in her head. Drill it in her head, tell her so many times that it become a part of her. Anybody make you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape or form, sound an alarm. Look for a female, make sure know.
What would you do in a situation like this?
Run.
You know what I mean? What would you do? Would you wait till the police arrest the brother? Yeah?
Do something
or
to
would
make
take
yourself
action in our
get yourself
own
out
hand?
of the situation if you feel uncomfortable. And anybody that chat to you, don't want them chat to you, tell them say you don't want them to talk to you because they're a stranger and you don't talk to strangers. That me tell my pitney.
You can imagine how much cases of this happen where them never catch
so
him.
aware,
Just
I
think
should
about
say.
that.
If you don't say this man is a stranger and this is a threat to her. Parents, teach you to pitney them and pray over them. Pray over them. When the taxi man tell me say he couldn't pick her up at the time that swimming was going to end today. Me pray hard. Hard, me pray. 2 taxi man me call. 2 taxi man me know close. They weren't available to pick her up at the time that swimming was over. They never available at that time. So me say, alright, we no walk one. And me pray for them. I pray before me left she and my colleague next 2 children. I pray before me left them. I pray on my way to work. I pray when me there at work and when the kids them call me and say, Mommy, swimming is over and we're going to walk down to up to half a tree now. I pray same way. pray over on the picnic them. I go post the video with the so-called, what him say? Him a good people picnic and him don't trouble people. I'm going to post the video alongside this video. So you can see him. Because I'm pretty sure it's not the first time I do it. I'm sure I'm not the first time I do it. I'm sure it's not the first this man is doing it. Some other, if you need to get him in a one facility, get him there. Get him there before him hurt somebody else's child. Or before him hurt another child, another adult, another whoever. You hear me I tell you? Me there, I'm come home and I can't sleep. Me just uneasy. Me just so uneasy. My ball today. Because this could have gone so differently. Me ball. Like me ball. Cause of your son. Cause of your son. Your son, where him come from good parent, good mother, good people picnic. Him don't trouble people. This big dirty party at your old man. Big nasty party at your old man. I'm gonna post the video.
So without further ado, here's the video.
Police station. Yes. Once you come out and you need to go. You need to go to the police station. You come in. When you come off a transport, I see behind her. No. Yes,
Yeah, so them catch him red-handed, you understand? And if the mother never get the update from the daughter on what was taking place and where she were at the time, you know, say that little girl would have missing. Would I see a little picture in the newspaper say, little 10-year-old girl missing, you understand? And nobody can find her. And this mother would be devastated right now, not knowing what took place with her daughter. And guess what? Them would have probably find her in some bush. You understand? Or should I just up on some plane or boat somewhere? I go somewhere. You understand? To God know where. You understand? So, you know what I mean? Community policing need to take place. What I mean? I don't mean Babylon. I mean community. The people them need to start look out for them one another. Pitney. You understand? Because you have things like these taking place. Where if you no mind sharp, a PM get pay. Him get pay for just take where people pitney from time to time. Think about it when you remember your youth. You understand? When you think about your little youth, think about it. Say there's probably some people going around getting paid to take away little children. You know what I mean? And with that, just use you know what I mean? Use a sense of responsibility for look out for other people's children and pray to the Most High that your child don't get caught up in a situation like this. You understand? Alright. I gotta just jump over back to the news. I don't think I gotta go to the to weather. You know what I mean? I gotta just run off the sports. I know enough I love the sports and things. So we'll go over to that now and then we'll sign out. Is it? Yeah man, and you don't know a thing going on. Subscribe and like the video, is it? Yeah, we are trying to build a sensible platform. You see, everybody right now talk about, you know what I mean, some entertainer and them foolishness right now. Obeah and, you know what I mean, be a mix up. We are talking about this. You know what I mean, things that matter. You understand? I don't know on joke channel this. This is real Jamaica TV. You understand? Remember, go to the ISUPK on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And go to isupk.com. There's a lot of information that is, you know what I mean, is being revealed by the ISUPK. We are the solution people. If you want a solution, everybody talk about the problem and nobody now give a solution. Are we that? ISUPK. Alright, back to the news.
TVJ Sports understands that there could be a third contender for the presidency of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association. Jerome Foster reports.
Dr. Ramon Midas, a Jamaican attorney at law living in Florida, is said to be interested in the post of presidency when the next annual general meeting is called. In a release sent to TVJ Sports on Wednesday, Dr. Midas took a swipe at the current administration over its handling of last year's AGM, which was later declared null and void by the Supreme Court. Dr. Midas is quoted as saying, "The practice of facilitating the inflated ego of an uninformed president that has no regard for a sport he has never played and clear contempt for the laws of the highest court in Jamaica, while turning a blind eye to the misdeeds of the incumbent administration, has made our Table Tennis Association a laughing stock of the region. It is this attorney's professional opinion that they all should be legally barred from every aspect of the game for a period to be determined by the same court they have violated, end quote. The release went on to say, quote, "If elected president, I will continue to honor the tradition and sacrifice of those table tennis players who have preceded me, and will seek to pass on my knowledge and experience to those who follow my path. I will faithfully serve my community of table tennis players while recognizing that the truth is a strong medicine and must be delivered at the right dosage," end quote. A date for a new AGM is expected to be set once the current impasse at the JTTA is resolved. Jerome Foster, TVJ Sports.
Now, incumbent Godfrey Lothian and Andrew Liu are the two other candidates who will be contesting the election. Michigan's Eric Barnes and local hero William Nibbs are still celebrating their victories in the 53rd staging of the 54-hole Jamaica Open Golf Championship held recently at the Trial Course in Hanover.
The 33-year-old Eric Barnes, who is playing in his first Jamaica Open Championship, recorded the best scores in the last 10 stagings of the event. Barnes, who began the final round with a one-stroke lead over David Moreland, birdies the 3 par 5 holes to make the turn with 3 under par 33. While at the same stage, Moreland had 4 birdies, but had a bogey for a 1 under 36. The final 9 holes, Barnes had a birdie and a bogey to finish with 3 under par 69, followed with his 66 and 68 for an overall score of 13 under par 203, the lowest score in the last 10 stagings. Barnes collected the trophy and $25,000.
Anytime you can come to a new tournament you've never been to and get a win, it's awesome. David didn't take it very easy on me there early in the round, and I just had to kind of keep my foot on the gas and keep going.
The 51-year-old Moreland, who competed on the PGA Champion Tour, finished with a round of 66, 69 and 71 for 10 under 206, while Brad Adamonis and Ryan Linton tied for third with 7 under par 209. Meanwhile, Jamaica's William Nibbs became the first amateur in the past 10 years to finish in the top 10 after tying for 5th with 1 under par 215 to win the amateur title, by 14 strokes over Robert Owen. Nibbs became the second Jamaican to win the title after defending champion Justin Burrows, who finished 4th.
It's one of the goals that I sat down with my coach at the start of the year. That I wanted to win this tournament, so obviously it's very satisfying when you can say that you achieved a goal of yours.
19 Jamaicans participated in the Open, which comprised over 60 golfers. Simon Preston reporting for TVJ Sports.
Some cricket news now. Andre Russell and Rovman Powell are the only 2 Jamaicans so far to be confirmed for the Abu Dhabi T10 League in the United Arab Emirates set for next month. Russell and Powell will suit up for the Northern Warriors franchise, with Russell as the icon player. This will be Russell's 3rd season with the Warriors, while it will be the 2nd season for Powell with that franchise. The other West Indian players confirmed for the T10 League in January are Andre Fletcher, Johnson Charles, Sunil Narain, Kieran Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Evan Lewis, Stephen Rutherford, Riyad Emirates, Nicholas Perran and Lendl Simmons. The trio of Emirates, Simmons and Perran will join the Jamaican duo of Russell and Powell at the Warriors franchise. The 4th edition of the Abu Dhabi T10 League is set to bowl off on January 28 and end on February 6. The Maratha Arabians are the defending champions of the competition. Now, TVJ Sports understands that Cricket West Indies is set to have discussions this week with the government of Antigua and Barbuda regarding the hosting of the regional Super 50 tournament. February 4th to 27, 2021 has been set as the date for the competition to be played entirely in Antigua. Should Cricket West Indies be given the green light, the Super 50 tournament will mark the 2nd cricket competition to be played in the region since the 4-day championship was called off in March due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Caribbean Premier League, which was held in Trinidad and Tobago, was the first competition held in the region since the pandemic. Now, the Courtney Walsh coached West Indies women will now focus on March 2022 with the rescheduled Women's 50-over World Cup in New Zealand now set for March 4 to April 3 of that year. The tournament was originally set for February to March next year, but was postponed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The West Indies women will be aiming to be among the 3 qualifiers from the qualifying tournament in Sri Lanka from June 26 to July 10 next year. New Zealand, Australia, England, South Africa and India have already automatically qualified for the tournament. Host nation New Zealand will take on a qualifying side in the opener in Tauranga, while defending champions England, who won the previous event at home in 2017 by defeating India at Lord's, are scheduled to meet Australia the following day in Hamilton. All 8 teams will play each other in a round-robin format, with the top 4 advancing to the semi-finals. Right then, we take an innings break and come back with lots more. Stay tuned.
Grace Kennedy Money Services. Western Union. 30 years of connecting the dots. Simply because we get you. The time by Grace Kennedy Money Services and Western Union is
7:58.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with
Flow shares the love this Christmas. Enjoy unlimited YouTube, talk, and social when you activate your 5-day or higher prepaid mobile plan. And with every activation, you get a reward. Flow will send you a text with a digital scratch card. Scratch it and unwrap extra data or credit. Dial *129 *6 number sign to activate. And keep checking your SMS for special Christmas gift rewards. Flow connects you to all you want for
It's the Supreme Games Grand Giveaway. Sign up for the Supreme Games app between now and January 31, 2021, and you get $1,000 worth of gaming credit to your account. Yes! That's $1,000 free to play and win more using the Supreme Games app. Don't make this grand giveaway pass, yo! Sign up for the Supreme Games app today. Visit supremegames.com to get started. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day. Must be 18 years and older to play. Conditions apply.
Well, you would have done $100,000, much less $250,000.
I will buy all the candy in the world.
I redo my kitchen. Get me one bed.
I'll pay my bills and take a sweet vacation.
Get cash in a hand this Christmas with Singer and be one of 10 persons to win $100,000 or a grand prize of $250,000. Conditions apply.
You know you can stay home and do all your banking. Use Scotia Online, the Scotia app, or TeleScotia today. It's simple and easy.
The time by Scotiabank is
8 o'clock.
Welcome back. Second half action now. The Reggae Boys will end the 2020 calendar year at number 47 in the FIFA World Rankings. There has been no change in CONCACAF, and Jamaica remains in third behind Mexico, who are 9th in the world, and the United States, who are 22nd in the world. The top 6 in the region is completed by Costa Rica, Honduras, and El Salvador. Jamaica also remains at number 1 in the Caribbean, while Curacao are 2nd in 76th in the world, while Haiti are 3rd at 84th in the world. The Reggae Boys, who won 2 of their 3 friendly internationals in 2020 after getting the better of Bermuda and Saudi Arabia. The other was a defeat to Saudi Arabia. The top 10 ranked teams in the world reads Belgium, France, Brazil, England, Portugal, Spain, Argentina, Uruguay, Mexico, and Italy. Reggae boy Romeo Parks has signed a new deal with the Sligo Rovers in the Irish Premier League. The 30-year-old earned his this day after impressing on loan at New Mexico United in the United Soccer League with 2 goals and 4 assists. The last time Parks played with the Rovers was in 2019, where he netted 11 goals in 30 games. The striker will also be playing with Sligo Rovers in the inaugural UEFA Europa A Conference League next season. Parks played 4 matches for the Reggae Boys from 2012 to 2015, where he scored 1 goal in the process. Meanwhile, out-of-favor Reggae boy Kenardo Forbes has signed a new deal with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds in the United Soccer League. The 32-year-old's new deal ties him to the club until the end of 2021, with an option to extend with the club for another year. The USL veteran tallied a club leading 8 assists en route to becoming the championship's all-time assist leader with 39. Forbes' form guided the Riverhounds to the quarterfinals of the playoffs in 2020. The former Waterhouse midfielder will now be spending his 7th season in the league. Shooters David M.C. Morris, Ryan Bramwell and Darren Richards emerged winners in the main divisions of the Jamaica Rifle Association JRA Christmas Charity Hamper Competition held under COVID-19 protocol guidelines. Some 50 shooters across the island competed under international practical shooting regulations across 8 ranges. The match provides another opportunity for shooters to get in competition experience, that is, ahead of next year's Pan American Invitational in Florida. Pistol Captain Paul Shakir said the event is a part of the club's outreach as a charitable organization.
We had a fantastic turnout. We almost doubled the turnout that we had last year in 2019, and the performances were outstanding. The 3 top shooters in each division were really top of their class. The proceeds of the match fees that were paid by the competitors are being equaled by the Jamaica Rifle Association, and that is in combination with another event we had about a month ago, and all of that will be going to the Golden Age home in Franklintown.
Now, Chairman of the Jamaica Rugby Football Union, Jerry Benswick, says Michael Fessal and Wilson's participation in bobsleigh does not affect their future participation in the sport of rugby union. 2021 is expected to be a busy year for the Crocs as they are slated to play in the Intercontinental Playoffs for the Olympic Games as well as the 2022 World Cup qualifiers. Benswick looks at their participation in bobsleigh as a positive one.
Drawback, it's not a setback, it's an enhancement for our players. They'll be fit, they'll be fast, they'll be training throughout the year as it goes. They'll be participating in the Winter Olympics and then rugby in the rest of the season. So we encourage our players to participate in multiple sports.
Right then, let's slide right into the recap. Recapping the top stories, of course, making a primetime sports Thursday. Now, TVJ Sports understands that Florida-based Jamaican attorney Dr. Raman Midas could be a third contender for the presidency of the Jamaica Table Tennis Association. And Jamaica's William Nibbs became the first amateur in the past 10 years to finish in the top 10 after tying for 5th, while American Eric Barnes landed the major honors at the 53rd staging of the Jamaica Open Golf Championship held at the Trial Course in Hanover. And that is it for Primetime Sports Thursday. Stay tuned, though. Sports commentary comes up next.
Whether you're a new driver, now you can renew your policy online and print your cover note, all from the convenience of your home. MIB Insure. No worries, big.
It's the Supreme Games Grand Giveaway. Sign up for the Supreme Games app between now and January 31, 2021, and you get $1,000 worth of gaming credit to your account. Yes, that's $1,000 free to play and win more using the Supreme Games app. You won't make this grand giveaway pass, yo. Sign up for the Supreme Games app today. Visit supremegames.com to get started. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day. Must be 18 years and older to play. Conditions apply.
This easy. This makes me feel safe.
Wow, and it's free.
You spoke, we listened. NCB is making banking easy, safe, free. Bank anytime with our mobile app Easy. Open accounts, apply for loans and credit cards online.
Taxi to go home. My daughter called me because it is a norm for her when she gets on the bus for her to call me to say, Mommy, I am on the bus. She called me, but when she called me, she said, Mommy, I was on a bus, but I came off because there was a man beside me and he was asking me questions and I was uncomfortable. I said, so where is this man? She said, he's still on the bus and she's off the bus in the transport center downstairs. So I said to her, is there any other bus? She said, yes. She was on a 72, she said a 75. So I said, take the 75. When she got on the bus, she called me back to say, Mommy, the man is on the 75 too. And I said, what do you mean him on the 75? She said, yes, him on the bus. And I said to her, I said, take the phone to a driver. I said, the first driver used to carry the phone, go get there and let me talk to them. She carried the phone and I spoke to one of the JUTC drivers and I explained to him what was happening and he said to me that he would have taken
Jamaica's best ever born and bred footballer, with of course the reasonable criteria being players who were developed in Jamaica. So Raheem Sterling, who left Jamaica as a 5-year-old, and even John Barnes, who left as a 12-year-old, both of whom played for England, they would not qualify. while Linda De La Pena, Alan Skill Cole, Diego Gordon, Walter Boyd, Tapper Whitmore, Bibi Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, Leon Bailey, all learned their football right here in Jamaica and played for Jamaica. So if we're looking beyond our personal favorites of our era, you all realize that Leon Bailey, being a star, that Leon Bailey at 23 is already a shining star at a far higher level than any other Jamaican footballer has ever played. So with all due respect to all those past greats, from Sid Bartlett to Bibi Gardner, if Leon Bailey walks away from football right now and say, for example, he's going to turn record producer, already in his short career, Leon Bailey would have done enough to be credibly considered
with her until another 75 come and she put her on the bus, because I was on the phone with her the whole entire time. When she got on the 75, she hung up. She said she was on the bus, so she hung up, and then she called me back. And she said, Mommy, the man is in the bus again. So this is the third bus that you go on, and the man in the bus again, and he's sitting behind me. That is what she said. So right away, I said, no, this man really and truly follow my pitney from bus to bus. So I said to her, I am going to come and take you off the bus. Don't get off the bus until you see me. She called me, because I'm working in Ligani. She called me and she said, Mommy, I'm at Devon House. She called me back, Mommy, I am at Bob Marley Museum. When she told me that she at Bob Marley Museum, I said, is the man still on the bus? She said, yes. When she got to Sovereign, the bus stop before Sovereign, she called me, she said, Mommy, where are you? Because the bus is at Sovereign. It's a Saturday, there's no traffic, so the bus would move fast.
Barossi, Christopher Martin, Romain Fargo, Dean Fraser, Dwayne Stevenson, Kabaka Pyramid, Etana, Taurus Riley, Morgan Heritage, Raging Fire, and others joining forces to raise awareness and spark conversations on human trafficking. Shadow After Dark is a campaign from the Ministry of National Security, National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons, and VP Records. Albarose, who is also the writer and producer of the track, spoke with E-Prime on his involvement in the project.
I'm always involved in charity programs and youth upliftment through music and stuff like that. After several meetings with the deputy superintendent, for me to understand the issue of human trafficking in Jamaica and globally, I decided to create a song involving many more artists and not only me alone. Then I came up with a punchline. I start to sing like, Shadows After Dark, something like, don't trust no shadows after dark.
Shadow After Dark is available on all digital platforms. That's it for E-Prime this evening. I am Daedran. Thank you for watching.
E-Prime, brought to you by...
I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and fly.
Get uppy, ho, ho, ho. Get uppy this Christmas with JPS. Download the new My JPS app and register your account and win. Win $10,000 e-cash towards your bill from now until December 31st. Conditions apply. Get uppy. Download the JPS mobile app today.
She said, Mommy, you're not going to make it, so pick me up at the bus stop that the big boys go. It's the JC boys, she called them the big boys. So I said to her, don't worry yourself, just do whatever you do, just don't come off the bus. Anyways, now, after she hung up, I called her back and I said to her, I said, do something. I said, ring the buzzer to come off at Ligani, but don't come off the bus and tell me what happened. She called me back and she said, Mommy, I ring the buzzer. When the bus got to Ligani, the man get up to come off the bus, and then when she sat down, him turned to the driver and said, driver, wrong stop. So I said, alright then. So this means that I really follow my pitney. Alright. So me start drive down the bus now, because me leave from where me was, and I drive down the bus to try and catch up with the bus, because the bus was ahead of me. So me I drive blazing pan the road, I try to catch up with the bus, but there was a little traffic ahead of me. So me have to do what me have to do. Boom, some bad drive, put on my four-way, blow, and try to get ahead to try and catch up with the bus. Me reach JC, me look up, me see the bus, I go up the road. When the bus almost reached to the Hope Garden top bus stop, I realized I could catch up with the bus. I called her and I said to her, ring the buzzer. So when I see the indicator, the bus driver put on the indicator, I realized I'm going to stop. So when me drive, I'm park in front of the bus. Go in front of the bus. By the time the driver stopped and open the door, my daughter sit the car and she come off of the bus. When she come off of the bus, I fan on the driver. I say, driver, hold on. I go on the bus and I call my daughter back and I say, who you say is following you? And she point out the man on the bus. Immediately as she point him out and she said, Mommy, that man over there. The man start ball out and I say, me not trouble her, me not touch her, me not trouble her, me not touch her. So I get ignorant and I go up in her face, I say, what you mean by you not touch her or you not trouble her? I say, you just tell me say you not trouble her, so I'm not asking a question. One lady know she stand up and she start to say, what happened? So I explain to the lady and I tell her what go and say I trail my pitney from bus to bus. And the lady same time the lady says, true you're talking a lady, because I see him behind her, the little girl at the bus park, but me never know say something happen. She said she see the man and she said she remember when the man there legally, him said to the driver say, wrong stop. So you try to tell me, say this man if my pitney come off a legally, when did I go to trail?
Morning showers are likely in Port Antonio and Port Maria. Elsewhere across the north, the winds are going to be strong. Morning showers are also likely in Ocho Rios. Partly cloudy skies persist throughout. Now on the weekend, we're expecting to have an increase in rainfall across the island. This is Saturday as well as Sunday, and it continues into Monday in the afternoon. It's partly cloudy on Tuesday. A small craft warning is in effect for inshore areas of the north coast tomorrow. Winds are reaching 25 knots. Lifting wave heights to 2.5 meters, while on the south coast tomorrow, the winds are southeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights reach 1.5 meters. The small craft warning extends offshore for northern coasts. We're expecting the winds to be out of the east-northeast, gusting to 25 knots and lifting waves to 2.5 meters. While for our outlook, we're expecting to drop these down to 20 knots on Saturday out of the northeast, which continues into Monday. Sunset in Kingston tomorrow is at 5:36. That's where we leave you this evening with the weather report and forecast. Stay tuned. The recap comes up next.
If I can make one wish come true, it's to spend Christmas with
Flow shares the love this Christmas. Enjoy unlimited YouTube, talk, and social when you activate your 5-day or higher prepaid mobile plan. And with every activation, you get a reward. Flow will send you a text with a digital scratch card. Scratch it and unwrap extra data or credit. Dial star 129.
I pick and draw away, go rape her and kill her. So I turn to the driver, I say, driver, the man you need to go to the police station because I need to get to the bottom of this today. Because him keep on him a deny it in him, I say lie shall tell upon him and him never trouble her and never touch her or whatever. So I turn to the driver, I say, driver, yeah, go to the police station. Him say, I go drive go to the police station. I say, where is the nearest police station? Him say, Papi. I say, alright, I go drive behind because I not drive in front of him because I need to see who come off of the bus. When the bus reach, you take now and bend the little corner go around. When they bend the corner go around, there's a bus stop around there. So the bus stops, so me stop behind the bus. When I look, I say the man step off of the bus. Step off of the bus after the driver tell me say I go drive to the station now. Step off of the man, step off of the bus. So the only thing in my head right now is that, you know what, the brother you not get to it, you know. So I go run my car over him today for slow him down because he not get to it until me get to the bottom of where him the one with my pitney. Same time I look behind it and I see a police jeep. So I'm fan on the police jeep and tell the policeman, say, listen, the man they will just step off of the bus. After 3 bus him a trail me pitney from, I come up here from after 3. And I saw the police them go around the bus and stop, and I saw the police them hold on upon him. And as him see the police, him put up him hand and talk about, I said, I never trouble her. The police them not ask him nothing. But him a volunteer for say him not trouble her. So the police them hold on upon him and I explain to the police them what happened. And them say no, never trouble her. And him a decent people pitney and him not trouble people and all kind of something. So the police them handcuff him and carry him to the station and put him in the jeep and say, Miss drive be anywhere go to the station. Go to the station now. Them ask what happened. I tell them what my daughter tell me. Them ask my daughter what happened and she tell them what happened. And In all of this, when them a ask her what happened, and me I tell them and she I tell them, this man keep on say, hey, she I tell upon him, and I never thought him said to her, and blah, 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 blah. This is a strange, a big man, and not supposed to have no argument with me pitney. Anyways, when the police them start asking now, hear him say him ask her. Him say him ask her name, which she did say him ask her name. Say him ask her which school she go, she did say him ask her that. Him want to know where she live. Him want to know where she go school. Him want to know where if she alone a travel. Him want to know which part she go. Him want to know where her mother name and him want to know which part her mother work. So you tell me now a complete stranger see my pitney on the road and just ask her them question there. What would you do? Me as a big somebody see me on the road and ask me them question, me I go get alarmed. Me I go get alarmed too. Anyways, him there and him keep on deny it and I say him never touch her and whatever. She did say he did not physically touch her. So he did not put a hand on her like touch her in no way, shape or form. He never touch her. So the police them ask him where him work. Him say him don't work, him not working. The police them say which part he used to work. And him tell him the name of the company. Me not call the company name. Him tell him the name of the company and him say them fire him. So the police them say, why them fire him? Say, because them tell lie upon him. So the police say, what is the lie that them tell upon you? Him keep on ignore it and go on the question. So the police say, what kind of lie them tell upon you? Why them fire you? Because them tell lie upon him. So the police say, yeah, but what was the lie? The man say, some sexual assault, something. Whatever it is, them say, something about sexual assault. I don't want to tell no lie upon him. So them fire him because somebody report him saying him sexually assault them. So what did I plan to do with my 10-year-old of the day? If he should come off of the bus and him trailer and try to rape her and kill her. And for make matters worse, this man say him live with his mother. And him give the police the mother name and the mother number, and the police him call the mother to make the mother know say him died at the station and know what the matter was and say she need to come at the station and this woman I go jump up and say I lie the little girl I tell. So let me ask you something. Where you know my daughter from that you know say she's a liar? Where you and your son know my pitney from for know say I lie my pitney I tell? You say mama like uno? You say mama like uno? You know what your son is. And it's not the first you hear say your son try something like that or do something like that. It's not the first. But I can tell you say what would and God walk with you. What would you say if you did hear say, if God forbid, my pitney never did aware of what happened and call me. And she come off of the bus and him trailer and somebody catch him a rape her or catch him a cut her throat or some shit like that. What you would have say? I lie them a tell upon him same way? The man a shake. When the police them attack him and a search him, the man start shake like a leaf. Because strength him have for pitney. Him a question her because him want to feel out her vulnerability. So him a question her and him sister she alone a travel. And him left from one bus to the next. When the police them ask him if him change bus, him say no. But when the police them ask him which bus she did upon, him could have tell them say she did upon a 72 first. Then she go upon a 77. And then she go upon a next, not 77, a 75. And then him could have said she go upon a next 75. What the fuck you know say she go upon 3 different buses? And how you know the number bus them if you never a trailer? One thing me have to tell you, miss you mother of the boy, I'm not call him name, but I'm going to post the video and I'm going to put up his picture. So you mother of that boy, you mother of that dirty boy, let me tell you something. Give God thanks say my child is alright, yeah? Give God thanks say she alright and nothing to do her. Because this could have gone a whole different way. Him say you send him go market and him go trim. I don't see when the police them search him, I don't see him with the money. No market money. More than some silver and $50. So him go market and him have a bag, yes. He did have a bag. But if him go market, what that have to do with my pitney? Why need if you question my child? Why need if you change bus? 3 bus. Why need to sit beside my child? Why need to sit directly behind my child? Parents, let me tell you now. Teach when you pitney them. Teach them to be aware of them surrounding. And that me do it for me one. Me push it, me lick it down in her head. Drill it in her head, tell her so many times that it become a part of her. Anybody make you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape or form, sound an alarm. Look for a female, make sure you know. Scream out. Run. Take up the phone and call me. Something. Do something to make yourself, get yourself out of the situation if you feel uncomfortable. And anybody that chat to you, you don't want them chat to you, tell them say you don't want them to talk to you because they're a stranger, you don't talk to strangers. That me tell my pitney. And that is why she was so alarmed. She was so aware, I should say. If you don't say this man is a stranger and this is a threat to her. Parents, teach when you pitney them and pray over them. Pray over them. When the taxi man tell me say he couldn't pick her up at the time that swimming was going to end today. Me pray hard. Hard, me pray. 2 taxi man me call. 2 taxi man me know close. They weren't available to pick her up at the time that swimming was over. They never available at that time. So I say, alright, we no walk one. And I pray for them. I pray before I left she and my colleague next 2 children. I pray before I left them. I pray on my way to work. I pray when me there at work and when the kids them call me and say, Mommy, swimming is over and we're going to walk down to up to half a tree now. I pray same way. Pray over on the pitney them. I go post the video with the so-called. What him say? Him a good people pitney and him don't trouble people. I'm going to post the video alongside this video. So you can see him. Because I'm pretty sure it's not the first time I do it. I'm sure I'm not the first time I do it. I'm sure it's not the first this man is doing it. Some other if you need to get him in a one facility, get him there. Get him there before him hurt somebody else's child. Or before him hurt another child, another adult, another whoever. Hear me I tell you? Me there I'm come home and I can't sleep. Me just uneasy. Me just so uneasy. Me ball today. Because this could have gone so differently. Me ball. Like me ball. Because of your son. Because of your son. Your son where him come from good parent, good mother, good people pitney. Him don't trouble people. This big dirty 40-year-old man. Big nasty 40-year-old man. I'm gonna post the video.
Yes, it's over. Yes.
When you come off a transport, I see behind her. No.
Alright, so thanks for tuning in, you understand? You don't know. We try to go live as, you know what I mean, often as we can. You see what I say? So bear with me a little bit. We never go live for a couple of days. You know what I mean? I know enough of you look forward to the news and thing, but
We try go as often as we can, you see it? But in the meanwhile, make sure so you subscribe, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Use up the chat, you understand? Share too, you know what I mean? This is a channel with a difference, you understand? My name is Officer Kayadwan out of ISUPK, you understand? Remember to go to isupk.com, you know what I mean? ISUPK on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram. Check us out, we are the solution, you understand?